Dreams, the wonderful, cutting edge, exciting buzzword Twitch channel. So, I'm playing Ark again, aren't I? And I know I said I wanted to get Greta done in Grim Dawn, but I got off work a little late tonight because it's, like I've been saying, it's been late night crunch nights. And normally what I do is I'll do a stream of Grim Dawn or something, and then I'll play some Ark. Well, tonight I don't really have time for that. So I'm just gonna play the Ark and just call it the stream. So so there's some changes that have happened since the last time I streamed Ark, and the changes are mainly this guy. Now, if you watched my previous episodes, you'd see I had a fire wyvern by the name of Core, and he is gone because he got stomped to death by a titanosaur. Yep. So I was flying around on the wyvern, and I saw a titanosaur getting kind of close to my base area here. So I thought, I'm going to kind of lure it away and get rid of it. So if you've played this before and you've encountered titanosaurs, you know that you hit them and they kind of run. They don't, even though they're gigantic, they don't really attack. They kind of just go the opposite way, so you can kind of herd them, sort of. And I went in really low with my fire attack to kind of give him a push, and I got stuck under his legs and tail, and he proceeded to stomp my wyvern to death. I was not happy at all. To the degree where I thought, if there's a way I can cheat this, I'm going to bring him back. But there's not a way. So, he's gone. I was not happy because I didn't realize until after he was gone how much I relied on him for things. To carry dinos, and even I put a sap dispenser in the redwood area, and I can't reach it without my wyvern. So I had no choice but to get a new wyvern, which is not an easy task normally. But I knew about there was one more egg I knew of that was unguarded. And if you know the Ragnarok map at all and where I am, I'm on the highlands here. And down there is the beach, and there is a lava flow there, and there's a cave that leads to the main area where the wyverns are, and there's a nest there that had a egg. Now, this Volts is his name, and as you can guess, he is a lightning wyvern. And at first I was kind of excited about that. I'm like, oh, lightning wyvern, that's kind of cool. Haven't really experienced one of those before, but I don't know. I'm not sure I love it. The fire wyvern's much easier to hit your targets with. This shoots what's kind of like a plasma beam, sort of, and it's kind of hard to aim with it, frankly. Sorry, I got a little... So other than Volts here, which, I don't know. He looks freaking creepy. I know it's the same model with just some added flair, but I don't know. He looks more disturbing to me than the fire wyvern does. I also added this. So I had was flying around with the last wyvern, and I found one of these, and I brought it to the base and tamed it. And they're really cool. I really like these. And I named her Lady Lumps because of her lumps. But the problem with her is this. If you have a regular dino gate, you are not getting through that. I tried all of them. I tried every gate I had that was this size. And it just doesn't fit. I even tried breaking the spiked walls, no dice. It just does not go through that gate. So, I had to make a bigger gate. And I thought, while I'm doing that, why don't I make a taming pen where I can drop dinos that aren't tamed and tame them. So that's the new structure over here. And here is our beaver, which was the success of our beaver hunt episode. And I named him Daggett. Now, I don't know if that means anything to anyone, but it is a beaver-related name. If you could name the beaver reference I'm making here with Daggett, then you're probably around my age. Probably not. You could probably be younger, like probably quite a bit younger. But there was a show called Angry Beavers, and there was Daggett and Norbert were the two beavers. So that's where that comes from. So I made this kind of taming area here where I can get up on here and shoot down at whatever's been dropped in here. And another reason I made this is because I need to start replacing all these spiked walls with real walls. The big lady lumps I just showed you, she got out somehow. I went away to do some things and came back and she wasn't in this area and she was roaming free. I hadn't tamed her yet. So she was down on the beach down there. So somehow she got out. So I needed to make things a little more secure. And quite frankly, if a Giga or something came wandering this way, he'd walk right over those spiked walls and proceed to destroy everything. So I need to eventually get this thing, and believe me, I don't love harvesting this much material, but which is why I went with the spiked walls. It wasn't as bad as stone, but it's going to have to happen. And there's a little area here where you can also shoot from. But yeah, and I grabbed a frog because I thought it'd be cool, and I don't think I'm going to tame it. I have no need to tame it. So I built these giant behemoth gates so I can get bigger dinos in. And I made it, see how thick this gate is, and then the walls, you know, are this thin. So I've been trying to like build them like there's some substance there. And I also attempted to do that over here. Hey man, how's it going? I just saw you joined. So I was trying to build here to do a little bit more, to make the wall seem like it's a little bit more beefy. But damn, this is a pain in the ass. Building an arc is just a new level of frustration is what it is. It's really challenging. But, I don't know, I think this is coming together. But yeah, I've got to replace all of these spiked walls because I'm a little worried about Gigas because they tend to wander out in these highlands. And I'm a little worried about the Halloween update, which I don't know if they're doing it or not doing it. I'm not sure Because if they're doing the Halloween update, there's those dodo T-Rexes and dodo Waverns, and I don't know if that comes to the Ragnarok map. I'm not sure. But I'm a little concerned about that, and that is next week. So I'm not sure I'm going to get this all built by then. But tonight, I wanted to look at a few things because I was watching a YouTuber by the name of Slipgator, and he does a lot of Ark stuff. And he was saying, and he did it in his base. I believe this was when his season 3. Yeah, season 3. He made a beaver enclosure for wild beavers, and they were building dams. And I guess the requirements of that is that you need to have a solid stone base of some sort, and it can't be these that you can hit. It's got to be, and this is considered like dirt or mud. It's got to be the kind that are there forever, which I assume is something like this. It looks like stone, but you can't harvest it. So this little pond will not suffice for that. So I wanted to kind of take a look around and see if I have anything around this area that would work good for a wild beaver pond. And then you can harvest the cementing paste and stuff out of their dams. And, quite frankly, if it's one of them that already exists, I mean, where I got beavers from, there's no point. I can just go there, and they're already wild, blah, blah, blah. But the idea was to have something close by that you can, like, bring beavers into and drop them off. So I'm going to jump on Volts here and take a little cruise around and maybe level up Volts a little bit, because I don't know too much about this Lightning Wyvern. He seems really hard to hit things with. But let's see. Now we've got some rivers and lakes and whatnot over here. And I'm sorry if you're in the chat and I'm not talking to you directly. The stream is way behind. It's like, I don't know, I'd say 3 seconds behind, 4 seconds behind. So there's this area here, and it's got water, and it's got sort of what we're looking for. I don't know. I don't know if this is considered good enough or not. Looks like it could be. Beavers might build dams in here. And then you just fence in the entrance. But it wasn't quite what I had in mind. So there's another spot at the top of these the top of these streams here, but I don't know if it has the correct bottom either. So there's this area here. Now it kind of seems to me if an area doesn't have beavers, it's probably not a good place for beavers. Yeah, this is also that mud ground here. Yeah. don't think this is really going to work either. Then of course this is the ocean, so yeah, I'm not sure I really have a spot around here that's good for penning up wild beaver to make their dams. I mean, there's the places that already have beavers, but there's no point in building a wall around it. They're not interested in leaving. You can just go there and raid their dams whenever. But that's also not very close to my house. So here is the area where Volts got stomped to death by a Titanosaurus. Let's do a little... Let's kill that trike there with this amazing plasma beam that I have yet to really master. Let's see here. Oh, hey. So the problem with it that I've had is that it's not a solid beam. That it kind of, I guess it stays straight from his You see right there at the start, what was it aiming at? I don't know. It was kind of off to the side, and I think it was just the direction his head was turned. So here comes the trike. He's all upset with me, and we're gonna blast him. And it's going everywhere but where I want it to. See, it's kind of tricky. Does a lot of damage though. It doesn't linger on them like fire does. It doesn't do like a dot. Okay. What's this saddle for? Blueprint for... not sure what dino that is. I don't think... hold on, I don't think he needs any... sit. No, he's got lots of meat. Yeah, and there's no water this way. I mean, there's the ocean and there's lava. So I don't think I live in a good spot to create beaver dams. So that kind of sucks. Because if we're going to fly all the way that direction, and then we're basically where the beavers are. There is, however, this redwood area here, but you know, there is some kind of like bays you might be able to wall off. Let me see here. Sorry, guys. It seemed like it was still labeled as Grim Dawn, like the game label was still Grim Dawn instead of Ark. All good now, I guess. There was a Giga walking around out here, and I used, well, it was Volt, or Core, my fire wyvern, and I kited it out to this island here, and left it. And he's not there anymore, which leaves me a little uneasy. He was right out here, and he lost his aggression towards me when he was walking on it. I'm like, oh, that works for me, and I just left him out here. Hopefully he despawned and went away. Shall we check this out? I don't know if I get off the wyvern here if the bear is going to want to kill me. Let's see. Nope. Blueprint for same guy. Huh. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. So here's where I have the sap. Spigot, or whatever you want to call it. Land, land, land. God, they rubber band around and don't land. Land, land, land. Jish. So the way I do this is on the back of the wyvern. I stand here like this, and I get off. Then I'm right next to it, and I check it, and it's like, oh, there. But I can't do this without a wyvern. I have to build a scaffold of some sort. So I wonder if this area here would lend itself to... I don't think so. It's a little deep, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think that's really a... It's really a beaverific area. Could be, I guess. Me off. I don't know if they consider this rock. Is that a snail? Because I heard good things about snails. Yeah. You don't even have to tame them. No, wait, you do have to tame them. And then you set them to wander in a little pen, and they make all sorts of cool stuff for you. So I'm going to take this one home. Now I put my dung beetle to wander in the, yeah, that's what it just pooped there is what you want. I think, doesn't it poop cementing paste or something? But, or organic polymer or something like that. So I put my dung beetle to wander inside the greenhouse. Now I don't see any reason not to do that. But maybe there is. Maybe there, because I've seen people make little pens for these snails to wander around in. And why not just put it in the greenhouse? Because it's already there and it's already enclosed. I don't know. I guess just to avoid having to pick up all the stuff inside the greenhouse on top of your plants and stuff. I guess that could be a pain. Thing's a poop machine, that's for sure. Okay. So I'm going to just drop it off here. Drop. And then keep right on going and go back. I know nothing about the snail. I'm going to have to like look it up because I don't know if it's a knockout tame or if it's passive tame or what it is. I have air superiority here. Pterodactyl. Pterodon. I think I should probably, more than melee, I should probably pump full stamina. Because that's what gets knocked down when you pick up things or use your attack. And so he was born, the egg he was hatched from was level 25. So when he was hatched, so not the greatest, but safe to grab the egg. That was the big thing. I was really upset that I lost my last one, so I wanted to get a new one immediately, just like retribution, you know? Yeah. So I don't know if you walled this off, would the beaver stay? I don't think so. No. seeing any other interesting areas. Now, excuse me. There's something over here I don't understand. So, if we look at my map, let's see here. So if I open the map up, so I'm right there, and I have been, as you can see, down around this edge down here. So I guess they have a lot of Ragnarok zoned off, so you can't go there. And is that ever going to open? I don't really know. Because if you come over here, it's not no bueno. Yeah, see, it's all no go. What level is that Dodec? That's pretty good. Dodecs are stone collectors. They're hard to tame, though, because they go into their shell and can't get them out. Oh. What level's that one? 15. He's screwed. Well, he's not screwed, actually. He'll just go into a shell and they'll walk away. That's how that goes. We should get moving. We're gonna run out of stamina. I have to set him down and pick him back up again. That's a pain in the drain. So I'm not, so why aren't I playing Grim Dawn? I'm not really, I wouldn't say I'm bored with it. It's an interesting game. But I guess what happens is I work all day. Like today I got there at 9 and left at 9:30 Eastern Time. And I think Grim Dawn just requires more thought than I'm willing to give after a long day of work. I just kind of want to do something a little calming and brainless. And that's kind of what Ark is. Ark's just kind of like, oh, I guess I'll go check the garden. And, you know, it's a lot less counting numbers and, you know, hit points and what's better, what stats to put where. And sometimes you're just exhausted. Don't want to think about it. I've actually considered maybe streaming some Strafe. It's not the greatest game in the world, by any stretch of the imagination, but it's fairly mindless. You just kind of shoot everything that moves. And then it's rogue type, so once you die you get a score and you start over. Which can be entertaining, and if you ask me, I went in the played it, just wanted to kill a few minutes, and I jumped in and started playing it, and I went in without a weapon and beat everything with my fists to see how far I could get. And that is allowed. So I think I'm going to put the Doedicurus here into the training area, or the taming area, to make sure he doesn't get out. So we'll thump him down there, and then we're going to come over here. And see if that snail is still around. Oh. Nope. Thought I heard the windmills working, but they aren't. Sometimes they just don't. So I dropped this. Yep, there's a snail. What level was it, I wonder? 16. Now the thing is, if they're running around pooping out what I need and I don't have to feed them, that's pretty awesome. But huh. I'm just going to do a quick reference check here. Hold on. Just to see. See here, I have it on creatures, arc creatures, and here we go. It is a knockout tame. It is not rideable, of course. You can give it a hat. So that's cool. Let's see here. Domesticated, there is a very disgusting but useful fact about I'm just going to call it a snail, that causes tribes to seek to tame them. The secretions are chemically similar to cementing paste and organic polymer. Used by many tribes for building materials, tamed ones naturally accumulate this slime over time, which can be collected but at the tribe's convenience. Legend has it that they can be tamed with a special cake made from harvest crops and resources. But let's put that aside and go down here to taming. Food after taming, they will only eat sweet vegetable cake, which is made from the sap of bees and, well, sap and honey from bees and advanced crops. So they'll only eat a sweet vegetable cake, which I quite frankly have no intention of making. So there. Yeah, exactly. Now, where'd he go? Pretty fast for a snail. Did they go in the water? Nope. There he is. Now if I could get, I can't pick it up of course because it's wild. But if I could get it in here with the dung beetle, you think that'd be pretty awesome. But there we go. And it is I guess it just went into my organic polymer stack. I'm gonna go put this away so we can see the amount. Is it 1? this here with the other. I don't need more sap, frankly. Here's my glitching sheep. So if it's just one, then they're nice to casually have around. If it's a stack of 10, I'm going to go get 20 of these things. Well, certainly not easy to keep track of. Pretty damn fast for a snail, like I said. Huh. I have also heard that if you just drop wild dinos in your area, they will despawn sometimes. If you don't tame them. Oh, there he is. There's one. And it is one. Where the hell did it go? You saw me pick it up. Oh, there it is. Oh. It is one. But it's really frequent. Like I said, if you could confine it in an area, might not be too bad. I have no way of getting it in there, in the greenhouse, if you can't pick it up. Guess that was me. Do I really want to build an entire enclosure for wild snails? I could put it in a room in the barn if I could pick it up. I can't get it in there. I could drop it onto the balcony with Swampy. That's something that could possibly happen. Let's see here. Okay. Now I don't know if he'll climb right over the railing. I don't know. Get it? So he is now up there with Swampy. Get out of my face, Vaults. So the question is, will he stay there? I mean, he could possibly come in the door, but that still leaves him trapped inside the barn, which is fine. I don't care about your poop, Swampy. It's an idea. It is an idea. Freaking parasaur crap. Everything. Constantly shitting in this game. Constantly. So here's what I'm interested in. Is he going to... No. Is he going to climb over the railing or is he not? Doesn't look like it. Huh. Might be worth it. Might be worth leaving him. Getting a few others up here. I could have sworn they would climb over the edge. Lovely sounds. No. It almost looks like it's gonna fall out, but it doesn't. Just gave me more. Huh. That's kind of a good thing. Oh. Yeah. We're gonna pump your stamina. Let's go back and find another one. Okay, we better get low. So I've been thinking about trying to get my own server. Because I want friends and family to possibly join. I don't want to go to PvP. I've got a character on a PvP server, and I have not experienced good times with PvP servers. so far, Canthopithecus. Seems like I usually see them next to the coastline, but that's because that's usually where I am. I think it's weird that nobody attacks the Wyvern. And I understand the logic, because who the hell would? But it's kind of weird that there's all these super aggro things, and when you're on a Wyvern, they really don't care. See, terror birds. They attack everything all to hell. And they don't care. What level is that terror bird? Was that Dodicarus? Male Dodicarus, 39. In the weeds. I'll take him away from the trouble. Here you go, buddy. Another. So if something was to happen to Volt, I think my only option would be to try to get the Frost Wyvern's egg. That's the only other one I know of. There's a 40. That's bigger than the one I picked up, isn't it? Pretty sure that's bigger than the one I just picked up a little bit ago. I thought it was like 38. Now isn't that interesting? I don't know. I was gonna say how nothing bothers you when you're on a Wyvern, but the compies seem to. Although I don't think they are. They're just making noise. Okay, let's grab this one. Compare it to the one we just had. And let the smaller one free. How's that sound? Yeah, I don't see any areas that I would consider a good place for a beaver pen. This area is have potential, but they don't have a rock bottom. Oh, there are beaver there though. So here's a good example of why would I need to pen up beaver that are already here. So. Anyway, let's take this to Dickerus back and see how he measures up. There is a lot of elk around here. Lots and lots. And I'm ice cubed. Even though I have my full winter gear on. And I think I'm like 25 fortitude. Okay, so this one is 40, right? Yep. And this one down here is 42. Ooh. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Looks like we're keeping the one we had. 42. Okay. That seems to be the norm level-wise here. You win your freedom. Starting to take damage. Don't like that frog very much. the power's running. We can go stand by the air conditioner and warm up, if that makes any sense at all. I'll start starving here in a second, too. Oh, we had food. I think we're going to end it here tonight, guys. Sorry it was kind of a slow night, but I don't think there's any place around here to build beaver dams. I think we're going to have to just let the beavers be beavers and just raid them every once in a while. So I hope you enjoyed watching me play my game. If you tuned in, this is going to be uploaded to YouTube. And the schedule this week is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So today's Wednesday, so that means that Friday's gameplay will probably be Grim Dawn again. If I'm gonna do anything, if I'm gonna continue playing Ark, which I would like, I'll probably leapfrog them. So it'll be Grim Dawn, Ark, Grim Dawn, Ark, unless somebody says we would rather see you play more Ark, we'd rather see you play more Grim Dawn, we'd rather see you play Ark multiplayer, because that is something to watch, I guess, because it's a freaking struggle. I guess that's drama. I could do that, I suppose. I could play Ark multiplayer and torture myself. Spend 3 hours taming a dino and then logging in the next day to find somebody who just killed it. Good times. So, anyway, like I said, I hope you enjoyed watching me play. This is all about the enjoyment of games. Hope you enjoy playing your games, and we'll see you next time on the stream. So have a good night, everyone.